At this point, I need to just make this into a series. And I didn't think it was going to be one, but I think it's like kind of naturally become a series because I'm seeing this reoccurring theme. I'm not looking for this, y'all, I promise. I just kind of go where the wind takes me with this stuff, right? There's so many examples and there's so many things to tackle. I don't really have like an agenda in any of this. Like I'm not looking for like, oh, I only want to comment on this. I'm just like, oh, that's odd. That's problematic. Let me clock it, right? You can look at my page kind of like a mosaic of problematic behaviors exhibited by men, right? So that we can like expose the problematic behaviors of men and that men can see the problematic behaviors of men and men can grow, right? But the romance is performative thing. I have to make it into a series at this point. Romance is performative. Part 3, I think I'm on part 3 or 4, going back to yesterday. this is exactly what I don't know what to tell y'all, but we gonna roll the tape.
Let me tell y'all how bad my dating life is. Why I got sent flowers the other day by some guy that been trying to talk to me. So I gave him a chance. I'm like, cool. Like, I'm gonna give him a chance. He from Miami, so he came down here and treated me out to a nice dinner. You know, doing the type things I like to do. Period. So when he leave, he like, I want to send you some flowers. Like, you know, he's trying to take me seriously or whatever. So I'm like, okay. Like, you shouldn't have to tell me you want to send me flowers. Like, if anything, ask for my address and send the flowers to the door, period. Like, surprise me. I hate a nigga you gotta teach how to do shit. Like, that shit. So that kind of already annoyed me. Because why is you telling me you're gonna send me flowers? Just do it. So he sends the flowers. First off, the first time someone stole my flowers. I don't know who in my building stole my flowers. Obviously, somebody stole it. Okay, whatever. Called the company, worked it out, so they resent another set of flowers. So I'm like, okay, cool, yay, got my flowers. They're so beautiful, whatever. You know, telling him thank you. Big set of roses. I love roses. They was a little skimp, but you know, it was cute. So why the next day the rose company calls me like, we did not get our payment. Just going off like, we did not get our payment, we're gonna call the police if you don't give us our payment. It says he disputed the charge. Like, what you mean he disputed the charge? Or they said it was a fraud payment, the card wasn't his. Like, why? Never in my life have I had to tell a company or anyone who sent me flowers to come pick up the flowers. Never in my life. I've never had to go through that.
Not come repo the flowers, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's some 2024 shit. That's wicked.
What type of shit? Like, what type of ghetto shit is that? I get flowers taken back? Usually bitches get bags and stuff taken back. I got flowers taken back. I'm so sick of dating. I'm so sick of dating. It's so embarrassing at this point.
They get bags taken back. Niggas, I could now she's saying that. I'm like, yeah, man, y'all gotta understand. This is all new to me, right? I am relatively old and been out the game for a long time. Um, I'm not new to the idea of spending money on a woman, and I'm not new to the idea of courting or anything like that. But buying a woman like expensive gifts and then not being able to afford it, which I don't put it past niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, that's just crazy. Like I couldn't like it could never be me. But yeah,
It really is. Like, I cut him off. I can't. He wasn't even my type. And this is what I'm saying. I have to stop dealing with niggas that I don't like for real.
this is exactly what I was saying about this gentleman in another video. For those of you who haven't seen it, go check on my page. It's probably going to be like the video right before this one. So he, it was a man talking about this. It was the man saying that he had spent all this money on this woman, and she was a single mom, and yada yada yada, right? And I'm listening to his story, and then he shows some text messages between he and the woman, and the woman said in the text message, "You begged me to go out with you." Now, when I saw that, my mind instantly went, "Oh, she don't really like him. she's out of his league. He knows it. He's overcompensating by being like, you know, extra romantic, being very performative with his, with his money or whatever the case may be, right? So you could, I think that when, like, okay, so I think this is one of those things where you could talk about it going both ways, because the men be screaming that the women will settle for less from dudes who they are attracted to based on attraction, right? Women will settle for less. But men, the problem that I have with that is men act like that means something, like that's like some gotcha or something for women. I'm looking at that like, duh. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, when I sold cars, there would be times when people would come in and I could show them like a Camry or a Honda Accord or Civic or something like that. And it'll be a nice ass vehicle. And let's say it costs $25,000, right? But it's pre-owned. $25,000 Camry, but it's loaded, right? It's leather, moonroof, all of that stuff. And these are better cars than high-end cars, meaning they run longer, less maintenance. They are better cars for you. They're not higher status cars though, but they are better cars. They do function significantly better than Mercedes, than any of those, BMW, whatever. And there have been many a times that I heard people who I would say are not financially savvy. That's the best way for me to describe these people. They would say something to the effect of like, for that much money, I can go get me a Benz. To which I would always reply, you're absolutely correct. You can. And you're more than welcome to. But if you want to buy this car, it costs X amount of dollars. Because the reason you're here, you already knew you could buy a Benz for $25,000 before you came here. But you don't want a $25,000 Benz, because a $25,000 Benz is going to be pre-owned, and the likelihood that something goes wrong is exponentially high, right? You're willing to settle for the Toyota or whatever the case may be based on the things that it can do for you, right? It's a better car. It's not a higher status car. It's a better car. Like I said, it costs you less money. It's lower maintenance, blah, blah, blah. And it's nice. It ain't like it ain't like you're like, oh man, I fucking hate this car, but it runs forever. It's like, no, you like it, but it doesn't give you the cachet of a Benz or a Beamer. That's what a lot of these women, I think, that's how I view it when I look at this. I'm like, yeah, of course she would like not require a guy who she is extremely attracted to, right? To do, like, it's not like she requires him to. It's not like she's saying the thing that makes me upset about this is the way that men try to act like women are actually calculated in this way. This is just human nature. That's what I'm saying. And they try to act like they don't do the same thing. So to my point, if you a man or woman, you are extremely attracted to a person, it could be beyond physics. They could be really funny and pretty and handsome, whatever, right? You're extremely attracted to this person. You will overlook more things because the things that you really like, they're huge. It's like they're 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, right? They're 3 out of 10 here. They're 4 out of 10 there. They're 6 out of 10 there. But they're 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 here. Or you can get with somebody who is a 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, and 7 out of 10. You see what I'm saying? Like, that person is the Toyota. That's the better, you know what I mean? Like, that's probably the better person because they don't have these extreme deficiencies, right? And men get mad that women are willing to look past the fact that they aren't extremely attracted to you, right? And they just might need a little convincing. And how do you convince them? By exhibiting certain characteristics and traits, certain patterns, certain behaviors. Makes perfect sense. There's no way for a woman to look you up on Yelp. There's no way for a woman to look you up on JD Powers, or whatever that site is. There's no way for a woman to look you up on cars.com and see your ranking or whatever. She can't do that. So she has to actually vet you, the word that men love to say. So she's like, oh, he's nice. Oh, da da da. And in that, you become more attractive to her. That's why I'm like, it's not the same thing. But when you flip that around, right? The reason why it's worse, and the reason why I judge men differently in this case, is because when men are extremely attracted to a woman, they go above and beyond for that woman, right? But they don't keep it up. It's all a manipulation tactic. So they're just love bombing the woman to get with her. And then once they get with her, they drop the charade. That's the difference. Right? The woman that isn't head over heels for the man isn't going to like change for the worse as they, the closer they get, she's going to like him more and more and more and more. Right? But the other way around, he's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. He'll never be better than he was the first day he met you. That man, that type of man who is just like, oh man, I got to get her. I got to have her. I got to get her. I got to have her. He'll never be better to you in the end, ever. So like in a way, you're like, stop dating people that you're not attracted to. You're not really feeling da. But I don't know. Like I said, like when she's saying that, I'm like, I don't know if I really even judge her for that, for like giving a dude an opportunity. This is also the thing men scream about. Oh, y'all love thugs. Y'all only like ballers, and y'all only like this type of dude. She is literally saying, I gave this dude a chance who I wasn't necessarily that attracted to, but he seemed nice. I gave him the chance to prove to me that he was the person that I thought he could be, and he failed. And then when she says, yeah, I shouldn't really date niggas that I'm not really attracted to. The men, see, women just want to do, and it's see what I'm saying? It's just fucking stupid, man. Women just can't win in this regard. It's really funny to me.
And this is what I'm saying. I have to stop dealing with niggas that I don't like for real. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Don't deal with niggas like that. If you don't like him for,
she said, he's not my type at all, because I could see right through him the type he is. He was trying so hard to prove to me when he could have just been himself. But he knew I wasn't feeling that cheap talk or not wanting to do the things I like. So, yeah, she just clocked that he was just being performative, and she clocked it.
Real, if you don't feel in your heart you feeling that man, don't date him. Because you gonna have it's not gonna work out.
And it don't even seem like she's talking about like physically or whatever. She's just saying like he seemed like a lame, but she was still willing to like, let's see where this goes.
Out. Them niggas try to play you. They will disrespect you. They don't care about you for real. They just want to fuck. Like they literally just want to get next to you.
Which you might as well get with a nigga that you really are attracted to. Like, that's why I would never blame a woman for feeling like that. You might as well get with a nigga that's going to give you some money, or I would never blame women for that. Because look, even when they give us a chance, look at how it works out for them. At the very least, like I said in the other video, some people like to be taken out to dinner before they get fucked, right? And in this case, it seems like a literal thing, but I don't even mean it like that, but it kind of is like that. Like, men are trying to fuck women either way. The nigga that she's super attracted to, BOA, he trying to fuck too. But at least she gets something out of that. She gets to, she's just as excited as he is, perhaps. You know what I'm saying? She wants him just as much as he wants her. Maybe. But it's like men hate that idea that women want them as much as they want women. So she don't deserve a nigga that she's extremely attracted to. But at the end of the day, y'all, I have never ever been so convinced of something in such a short period of time than the fact that romance is not real. It's not a real thing. And men definitely don't know what romance is. Like, even if it was real, we have no clue what the fuck it is.